You know, I'm starting to wonder if the issue isn't Microsoft Flight Sim versus versus whatever's going on with my computer. It's weird because like I didn't have any of these issues when I was playing Farm Sim, right? Like I streamed that multiple times for hours on this PC and never had an issue. So I'm really confused on like what the problem is here. It's really getting to be incredibly frustrating though. All right, let's see. I don't have anything plugged in right now. So let's try Flight Sim again. And then if it works, I can slowly start plugging in peripherals again. We'll see if that's what breaks it. It's just incredibly frustrating trying to run this down and figure out why this keeps happening. Hey, Con Scott. Yeah, man, it's giving me like an absurd amount of fucking grief, unfortunately. I feel like I'm actually slowly going crazy right now. Actually, I don't even know if I would say slowly. It's more like rapidly. I'm rapidly going fucking crazy. Oh man. So I've been having issues with this computer. Probably the last like 6 or 7 days at least, to where I start like trying to do anything. And this happens in Discord too, so I know it's not an OBS thing, right? But basically, anytime I'm like playing a game and I'm broadcasting and talking to somebody, whether it's Discord or it's OBS, right? Um, my USBs will just shut off and turn back on, right? So I'll catch it because like I'll be talking to somebody and then all of a sudden the microphone will stop lighting up, right? I'm like, oh, cool, this is happening, fun. Shit. LEX. And I'm just at a point where I'm like, I don't understand what's causing it. Like I kind of know what's causing it, but like I've done multiple of the like user suggested workarounds to fix it, and it's still happening. Which I mean, granted, like with how different everybody's hardware is, I guess like that's kind of fair that it you could expect that to happen. It's just incredibly frustrating because I don't really know like how to get around it past that. They do, and I'm probably gonna have to try to get a hold of them at some point. It's just I know how fucking terrible it is right now with like COVID and them still rolling off of holiday sales and shit. Oh boy, this will be interesting. I don't have sticks hooked up. All right, that's no problem. Maybe. These batteries are dead. Fuck. Oh shit, where did I pick for fucking taking off? What the fuck? How the fuck did... No. Oh my god. Oh no. This is not where I wanted to be. This is literally like a small little private fucking airstrip. God damn it. If this thing gets off the ground, it's gonna be a fucking miracle. Alright, hold on. Jesus fucking Christ. Just everything that can go wrong has been going wrong. Oh man. Like, we're gonna go ahead and let the co-pilot try and get this out of here, because like there's no way without sticks too. I can't keyboard this out. There's no way he gets off the ground. Yeah. Okay. No. Let's go ahead and let's go fix that. That was a big oof. Let's see here. Yeah, so basically, like, the issue I've been having is that the Gen 4 PCIe is basically like conflicting with like my USBs. And the temporary like supposed fix is going into the BIOS and setting them to Gen 3, but I'm still having issues even with it set to Gen 3. Not sure how I fucking selected that wrong, but alright. LAX 18. Let's roll from the gate. That way it gives me some time to see if everything breaks or not. And fly. Oh man. I don't miss cartridges at all. You remember when you were like a little kid with like the OG Nintendo, right? And you had all these magic ways of like trying to get a cartridge to work, right? Like obviously there was blowing on it, but then like you'd like hold it in there weird, like tilt it at a strange angle and then push it in, and then like there were so many like wizard tricks to getting them to work. Fuck man, I don't miss that shit at all. That's what I'm hoping for, because like kind of like the Reddit thread that was like talking about this issue and the like alleged workaround. I kind of think it is an issue where like there's just not a lot of people out there with the 3000 series yet to where like this is getting like the attention that is needed for NVIDIA and AMD to like fix it and roll out like either a BIOS update or something to like resolve this. Oh shit. Yep, there it goes. Oh man. Oh wait, no. No, is it still good? Maybe? I could just lost my chroma. And that's it. think. Hopefully. Alright, because I don't have my sticks hooked up, I'm just going to literally let the AI take us out. And then once he gets up, I'm going to turn off Copilot and just set everything with the mouse. Because as soon as you get off the ground, you're basically flying with the board, the dashboard anyways. Like, you really don't...
Metro Ground, United,
you don't need a HOTAS until you're taking off or landing, I feel like.
United 227 pushback request accepted.
If I can remember... what any of the keys did. So I haven't been using them at all. So I could do this. Camera. Sternal. There we go. That I have not ever done. That would be really interesting. Like I don't have any of my old stuff, right? Like I don't have my NES or the Sega or any of that stuff anymore. It'd be pretty dope to play that on a giant fucking screen. Man, it's a real struggle trying to constantly remember that, like, what I see, stream doesn't see.
United 227 requesting the end of pushback. United 227 request to end pushback received. Detroit Metro Ground, United 227 ready to taxi west departure with Quebec. United 227 taxi to and hold short at runway 9er left by a taxiway uniform 9er Juliet 11 Kilo Romeo cross runway 22 left Romeo Alpha Victor Victor 4. Contact tower on 135.0 when ready. Taxiing hold short runway 9er
I'm literally just
a
fucking walking train wreck over the last couple days, man.
22 left Romeo Alpha Victor Victor 4
Between, like,
United 227.
being stressed out and defeated by this fucking computer lately, and like my schedule getting flipped around because of the girlfriend's work, like going back to night shift and like everything else that's been happening. I just feel like totally out of it. Like everything's just a fog. I'm like brain dumber than I normally am. I'm not gonna lie, every time I have to leave from the gate, I 100% let the co-pilot taxi us out. I have no idea how people can read the fucking taxiway signs. I can't fucking make sense of them. Hopefully the one thing that should be improved though is that Move Speed finally got me to switch over to using RTX voice, so you shouldn't hear me going clickety clackety clickety click anymore. And hopefully also you won't hear the vapiness as noticeably. We'll see. I haven't really had a chance to test it because everything keeps fucking breaking. I think the more I play this game too, the more I'm like, man, I wish there was like an airport manager game that had these kind of graphics. Because I play the shit out of that. Or an airline manager, something like that would be pretty dope. Oh, there's a view. Oh, man. I actually feel like I kind of miss that view right now with everything that's been going on with COVID and everything. And winters here in Michigan, I'm like, yes, please, put me on a plane. I want to go somewhere where it's warm again.
Detroit Metro Tower United 227 at runway 9 or left, ready for takeoff west departure.
United 227 cleared for takeoff runway 9 or left west departure approved.
Cleared for takeoff runway 9 or left United 227.
She should be okay for takeoff and then like the first turn that leads to him now. Go ahead and let her nap out and get everything set up. Because the AI, unfortunately, in this game, is sporadic. Like, they'll just overspeed the shit out of basically every aircraft, it seems. And they have really a tough time staying on like a set heading if you let the co-pilot fly.
United 227, you are leaving my airspace. Frequency change approved.
Detroit Metro Tower United 227 frequency change. Detroit Metro approach United 227 is type Boeing B-78X 5 miles east of Detroit Metro 2,200 feet. Request clearance to transition Bravo airspace. United 227 Detroit Metro approach. Squawk 2105. Squawk 2105, United 227. United 227 radar contact 5 miles southeast of Detroit Metro, 3,400 feet. Cleared through the Bravo airspace. Maintain own navigation. Cleared through the Bravo airspace, United 227. United 227 contact Detroit Metro approach on 124.05. 124.05, United 227.
I'm nervously about to fire her.
Detroit Metro approach United 227 4,400 feet.
227 Detroit Metro approach continue as planned. Altimeter 30.08.
Speed. Okay. We should be good for the plane to do its thing.
United 227 contact Detroit approach on 118.9 or 5.
118.9 or 5, United 227. Detroit approach United 227 6,200
Plane
feet.
will speed up to the set.
United 227 Detroit approach continue as planned.
345.
Altimeter 30.08.
And then the computer will plot to the altitude that I indicated, which is 1850 or 18,500. And then hopefully she'll stick to the linear navigation course. We'll see. It's always hit or miss with this thing right now for me because I just am not super familiar with the 787. I feel like I overlook some of the more intricate computer settings pretty frequently. Oh shit. Where's the DIC? I don't remember. Oh, where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? That's definitely
United
what we
227,
want to
you're
look out
leaving
the
my
window and
airspace.
see.
Radar service terminated. Squawk 1200. Frequency change approved.
Squawk 1200. Frequency change approved United 227. Cleveland Center United 227 is type Boeing B-78X 4 miles northwest of 86 Mike, India. Request flight following. United 227 Cleveland Center. Squawk 1236. Squawk 1236 United 227. United 227 radar contact 4 miles southeast of Ann Arbor, 10,900 feet. Altimeter 30.06. Copy United 227.
Oh my god, Mom, real volumetric clouds? What? I'll drop some casual shit on Star Citizen really quick.
Maybe they could, like, contract or, like, sell their cloud tech to fund Microsoft Flight Simulator 2021.
United 227 contact Cleveland Center on 120.45.
Oh, fuck, did I want LNAV or
120
VNAV?
decimal 45 for United 227. Cleveland Center United 227 14,900 feet.
United 227 Cleveland Center, continue as planned. Altimeter tree 0.11.
I think we're good. I hope we're good.
Cargo
see that.
17771, contact Cleveland Center on 126.75. Cargo Lux 7771.
It's definitely, it's interesting that I'm not having any issues yet. So I'm starting to wonder if it's the Rift or if it's the flight sticks that are causing a problem. I'm afraid to plug in the flight sticks and then just crash everything again. He did. What a fucking baller. Good airplane. Good computer. See it. It definitely looks like it's an issue of like I'm overloading it with peripherals maybe? Because I'm not having any problems right now, it seems. It's weird. But I mean, I really don't have that much stuff plugged in when I have everything in. It's just the Rift, the sticks, and mouse and keyboard. That shouldn't be too much for it. I'm definitely gonna have to mess with it somewhere. But like I was saying, you know, like I got this computer and I think I streamed Farm Sim for the first 2 weeks and never had an issue. So it's either the sticks, which I'll probably test here soon to see if that fucks everything up, or it's having the Rift plug in. I think the thing I love most about this game, and long flights like this, is whether it's on VR or doing it like this with the second monitor, is you can literally just hop on Netflix and watch a show while you're en route. It's also super, like this game and like Farming Sim, to a lesser extent, mining and elite, like they're passive enough that like it's really easy for me to hang out with chat and just like bullshit. Whereas like some of the more active games like World of Warships, Warframe, Star Citizen, because you're just always on edge for like something to go wrong or getting ganked and shit like that. You just have to focus on like the game way more, which is kind of like frustrating. Like the main reason I stream is to bullshit with people. Let's see here real quick. Man, let's take a minute to fucking appreciate the, what was it? Was it Inside Star Citizen last week? I think it was, right? The riverbed episode? When they were like, oh my god, rivers! Like, you want to add something that will have, like, overreaching effects across, like, everything in Star Citizen? How about actually adding real volumetric clouds?
United
And not just
227
like,
contact Chicago Center on 127.55.
and not just a 3D looking flat texture of
127.55
clouds.
United 227.
What's probably like the most disappointing
Chicago
thing
Center
about flying
United
through like
227
microtech
flight
and
level
shit
185.
is you hit that cloud layer and then pass through it literally in a second because it's just flat. I don't remember, she called barometric pressure. Wasn't paying attention. 3011. Set to 2092. 3011? Yeah, 30. Alright, I'm gonna have to try to remember that. Oh man, my Mario skills died so long ago, Conscott, like forever. Oh yeah. I mean, they basically are. They're like a cloud texture that you would find in a game from like 2000. Like they look pretty, but like they're literally flat, and there's nothing to them. It's like an art box or a skybox or whatever from like the old ass games we used to play, which looks fine from the ground, but as soon as you get up to it and you go right through it, it's like, okay, neat. Like even War Thunder has volumetric fucking clouds now. I mean, they've had them, but like they're like, I think they're like interactable, like 3D ones now. Like they actually, like planes actually have an effect on them, if I remember right. But yeah, I mean they've had actual like volumetric clouds since, fuck dude, when did I start playing War Thunder? Oh man, I want to say, God, 2011, something like that, forever ago, right? Hey chicken, I've been alright, just lots of computer woes after the old computer died and the new computer's been giving me grief with the USBs, which is the main reason I haven't been around. I was planning on being like really active in 2021, and I'm just constantly sorting out fucking issues with like growing into this new computer. So like the most recent one is if I plug in too much stuff, the USB stopped working, which is not great. I should have more than enough like wattage off of the PSU. So I really don't know like what the problem is outside of like what I've read, and that's that supposedly using Gen 4 PCIe causes a problem with the motherboard. and they basically just sit around and wait for a BIOS fix, which who knows when that will happen. It's definitely frustrating, that's for fucking sure. Like, it's so much fun flying this in VR, but I can't even do that because shit just, I mean, like, it literally just starts cutting out random USBs. Like, either my keyboard will go, or my microphone will go, or something will basically shut off. So that, you know, pretty much limits streaming, right? Like, I mean, if I'm playing by myself, it's not an issue. Because, you know, if something crashes or I lose my keyboard or I lose the mic, it's not a big deal. But if I lose it while I'm on OBS, then I can't, like, reestablish sound very well. Like, it'll come back eventually if I reset, like, system default and all that crap, but it just fucks everything up. Not yet, but why? I just recently, like, figured out what was going on, so that might end up being a route I have to look into, especially with, like, using the VR headset. It's just frustrating because I shouldn't have to do that. But that's kind of what I'm testing right now, to see if it's just a matter of too many peripherals or if it's specific peripherals, if that makes sense, right? So, like, right now I'm bare minimum. I'm literally...
Contact Chicago Center on 134.15.
I'm just trying to listen if they give me a barometric.
134.15, United 227. Chicago Center, United 227, flight level 185.
United 227, Chicago Center, continue as planned.
Okay, cool. Like, right now I'm literally on just mouse, keyboard, and headset and mic, and that's it. So I'm just gonna kind of, like, wait and see what happens with that, and slowly start adding in peripherals and see where it breaks. And then once I see where it breaks, I'm gonna test to see if it's the number or if it's specific ones. So if I start adding in the sticks, right, and it's still working, and then I can add in the rift, and that seems to be basically where it breaks. So then I need to figure out, okay, take out the sticks, go back to just mouse and keyboard, and add in the rift and see if that breaks, or if it's literally just the amount, or if it's, you know, specific ones. So essentially I'm just trying to troubleshoot it and figure out what the problem actually is. That's what I'm assuming, kind of, also. But why? Because I feel like that's when it started, is when I broke the rift out, because I was like, oh man, yeah, I'm gonna do some flight simulator in VR because it's fucking cool as shit. And then I'll also do some Elite Dangerous and stuff like that. So it was like, basically, I go through, like, these phases where I don't really care that much about VR, but then when I do, I'm like, fuck yeah, everything's cool. Oh man, look, you can look out the windows, and oh man, sense of flight, and right? And then, you know, after a while, it's like, okay, whatever. I mean, Rift is definitely cool, but time to move on.
United 227, contact Chicago Center on 127.55.
Honestly,
Going
like,
to 127.55, United 227. Chicago Center, United 227, flight level 185.
United 227, Chicago Center, continue as planned.
like, I got so into using VR with this game that I was like, man, it'd be really cool to get the Index, or one of the new, like, higher resolution VR headsets in the future, especially with the better field of view. But then all this started happening, and I was like, okay, well, maybe I should just reevaluate that. I have not, no. Oh, is that the one that's kind of like, oh, fuck, what is it? Is it Counter-Strike in VR, basically, right? If it's the one I'm thinking of, I've watched a lot of YouTube on it, and it looked interesting. I just haven't been into shooters a lot lately. Maybe that'll change with the new Battlefield game if they're actually doing essentially a remaster of Battlefield 3, because I love the shit out of that game. But we'll see. Oh, it's like Squad in VR then? Hello. Yeah, we can work out. Get super buff. I don't know what to do. Okay. I believe you. Oh, you don't like this? This is what I go through and ask you what you want me to make you for dinner. No? You don't like that? You don't like my just fucking compulsive indecision? Yeah, I'll have to check it out, honestly. That might be... I feel like one of the issues I have with, what do you call it? Squad? Is that, like, I can't really be aware of my environment the way you can in real life, and it really bothers me with that game. Like, I've tried to get into Squad multiple times, because, I mean, like, one... when it first came out, I was like, oh yeah, because I played Arma and Operation Flashpoint, like basically their entire lifespan, right? Like from the original Operation Flashpoint all through. So I got super into those. Squad came out and I was like, it was literally like right as I was getting out of the military, I think, or maybe shortly after. But I was still kind of like in that mindset, so I was like, oh yeah, I'll play Squad. And I tried getting into it with like friends and stuff, and it bugged me, like not being able to like have the same situational awareness as in real life, and then also it was a little cringy, like the way some people acted in it, I guess, which probably wouldn't be bad if I didn't join like voice comms and stuff, but you know, obviously communication is pretty key in those kind of things, so I don't know how that would work out any better. Oh no, she was definitely choking me. She was definitely choking me. She was throwing a little baby fit because I wouldn't make decisions for her. Yeah, I would love a proper, like, good mech game in VR. Yeah, I'll definitely look into it if I can get the whole VR thing sorted. It'd be something fun to do. Like, my biggest issue is, like, there just aren't a lot of VR games that I'm really interested in, so I feel like it's just kind of like a waste. Like, I really haven't taken advantage of the VR. I originally got it because I was like, oh, okay, Elite supports it now, and then, you know, CIG and Chris promised that Star Citizen would support the Rift, like, way back when, and that, you know, who knows when. You know, they've gone through face tracking stuff being all the rage, and now they're going through Tobii eye tracking being all the rage. Maybe eventually they'll land on VR support. I would hope so. I mean, it looks... Star Citizen's amazing in VR. It's just that it's not natively supported. But man, you get such a better sense of scale in VR. Like, what was it? Back then when I tried it with Vorpex, I used to fly the Vanguard pretty much non-stop back then. This was probably like 3.3 era, 3.2, somewhere around there, right? And it was back before cannons were shit. So I always had the M7A or the Omniski, size 5, on the nose of the Vanguard. And like walking up to the Vanguard when I pulled it in the hangar with that fucking giant nose cannon on there is just mind-blowing. How like actually big that thing is. You just don't get a scale of it on a screen. It's just crazy the difference. I hope so, but like like I give Star Citizen massive amounts of shit because like right now it kind of is shit, but like I hope that they can keep iterating on it and actually get it to a point where like it's a fun, stable game. Like I feel like it has so much potential. It's just whether or not they can actually get it there. That's my big problem, Dr. Doty, is I really hate, like, it was frustrating enough with the Oculus that like you had to have their app going even to play Steam games and shit. And then Facebook like forced the Facebook integration, and that shit really fucking pissed me off. Like, I don't want to have a Facebook account in order to use my fucking VR headset. That's like, why? What do you think I'm doing? Hooking up with my fucking Facebook buddies and be like, yo, what's up, guys? Let's play VR pool. Like, what the fuck? It's just such a fucking random, stupid thing for Facebook to fucking force. Like, cool, I get it, you bought out Oculus and I have to use your shitty fucking app, but really, do you need to force fucking Facebook down my fucking throat, too? Like, what if I want to get off Facebook? Cool. Does that mean I literally can't use my fucking headset anymore? That's great. I really, really, really dislike how many different products are moving in a direction where, like, Facebook essentially forces their account onto it. So then, like, if you want to delete Facebook and just fucking stop using that shithole cancer fest, oh, sorry, you can't, because you need it for fucking, your VR, you need it for this other fucking account, and this thing, and that, and it's like, dude, really? They're really helping me see the light of, legislative proposals to break Facebook up. I mean, you could, WMD. It's just fucking, it's irritating that you need to have a Facebook account in order to fucking use a goddamn VR headset for a computer. Like, what the fuck? And it sucks too because, like, what do you call it? Like, all your purchases and stuff are tied to that. So, like, if you don't have a Facebook account, you can't use it.
United 227, contact Chicago Center on 127.8.
127.8 for United 227. Chicago Center United 227, flight level 185.
United 227, Chicago Center, continue as planned.
Yeah, and that's the other issue too that I don't like about it. But why is, like, I don't want to have, like, my payment info on something. Like, I try to minimize how many sites store that. I'm sure technically, like, if you make a purchase, they probably store it anyways. But, like, leaving it literally on an account where, like, if somebody somehow gains access to that account, they have my card saved on that fucking account. I try to avoid that at all costs because, like, for one, growing up playing World of Warcraft, like, dude, those accounts got breached so fucking often, it was insane. And I mean, like, nowadays I have an authenticator on fucking everything I can. But I'm still, like, paranoid about it, right? Like, I don't want to have my card sitting there. Like, oh yeah, get a hold of my account and then just go to town, bud.
Chicago Center United 227, flight level 185. United 227, Chicago Center, continue as planned.
Smaller, so it actually fits the screen for you guys too. Like I said, I always forget about this kind of shit. Alright, so we're properly out of Michigan and almost over the Great Lakes. Nice. I didn't even notice that we were going over. Kind of sad about that. I usually catch that. I guess because we're so high, the clouds are pretty bad right now. I normally notice the coastline because you just see that a void of dark where there's just no city. I have to say though, like, it's so fucking crazy flying in this game. Like right now, obviously the weather's shitty, and it's dark out because it's actually shitty and dark out because it uses live weather data. But like during the day, flying around like in areas you've like gone to or been familiar with, it's just crazy seeing it from like your cockpit and being like, oh fuck, that's what it looks like. I mean, it's not a perfect 1-1, but it's pretty fucking close, man. And it just blows my mind that it's like that for the whole fucking planet. Like, we have a small little, what do you call it? It's paved, but a small little airport by my hometown, right? And, like, you take off from there and, like, immediately, like, you're like, oh, there's Walmart. There's fucking Myers, there's downtown, and like it's all pretty close to real life. It's just so fucking crazy. Or like flying up north, where like we usually take vacations and stuff. It's just so crazy flying up there, and it's also depressing because I'm like, wow, we're here already. This is way faster than driving. We need to start flying. It's like, oh man, that 3-hour fucking trip up to Traverse sure got a lot shorter.
Going to 127.6 United 227. Chicago Center United 227 flight level 185.
United 227 Chicago Center, continue as planned.
Turbulence, or are we actually shifting?
Generic Foxtrot Tree 5 contact Chicago Center on 127.075.
I'm actually super concerned about the landing because
generic Foxtrot Tree 5.
it's one of the things that Copilot does not do very well. I'm not sure. I don't remember. I should say I don't remember. Not I'm not sure. I know it does have a setting to basically land itself with autopilot, but I don't remember the proper settings for this thing in order to do it. Oh fuck, which was it? I won't figure it out. I don't know why I'm trying. But yeah, I know the 787 does have a setting that'll basically follow the glide path right down to the runway. I just don't remember what it is. So we're gonna have to trust the co-pilot, and she's not great. Oh yeah, man. So my dad was a pilot for the Army and then private companies afterwards. And basically as soon as the Jane's anthology, like all the Jane's games started hitting PC, like he had me plugged into those super early. I think I was what, like 6 or 7, something like that. So I'd be flying those
Rockford
like
Airport
non-stop.
information uniform 0800 Zulu. Wind 03 forward at 12. Visibility 10. Sky condition, few clouds at 1,200 feet, a few clouds at 4,700 feet, a few clouds at 11,500 feet. Temperature, -2. Dew point, 10. Altimeter 30.10. ILS runway 1 in use. Landing and departing runway 1. VFR aircraft say direction of flight. All aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact, you have uniform.
Falcon 4.0 was a good one too.
Rockford Airport information uniform 0800 Zulu. Wind 034 at 12. Visibility 10. Sky condition, few clouds at 1,200 feet, a few clouds at
Sweetheart, you better change
4,700
the
feet, a few
fucking
clouds at 11,500 feet. Temperature, -2. Dew point, 10. Altimeter 30.10. ILS runway 1 in use. Landing and departing runway 1. VFR aircraft say direction of flight. All aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact, you have uniform.
No?
United 227 contact Chicago Center on 127.075.
Change that shit.
Rockford Airport information uniform 0800 Zulu.
Ah.
Wind 103 at 5. Visibility 10. Sky condition, few clouds at 1,100 feet, a few clouds at 4,700 feet, a few clouds at 11,500 feet.
Please God.
Temperature, -1. Dew point, 10. Altimeter 30.12. ILS runway 7 in use. Landing and departing runway 7. VFR aircraft say direction of flight. All aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact, you have uniform. United
Change it.
227 acknowledge last transmission.
Going to 127.075 United 227. Chicago
Yeah, all the
Center
microphones.
United
Airport information
227 flight
uniform
level 185.
0800 Zulu. United 227 Chicago Center, continue as planned.
Ah, thank fuck. That was gonna be annoying. Oh man, my personal favorites were the Longbow series from Jane's. I got really into helicopters super early on, so like anything that gave me a chance to fly, like, you know, quote unquote fidelity helicopter experience was like really up there in my book. And Longbow was like one of the earliest ones. Comanche versus Hokum was also another good one. What do you call it? Enemy engaged. Comanche Hokum. I really wish that they would make an like third in that series. That would have been great because it was so cool. Because you had like dynamic fucking campaigns and shit. So like when Enemy Engaged came out, I played the crap out of that for a while, and it was actually something I played a shit ton of when I got deployed. I ended up having a second laptop by not preferred means. Essentially, it fucked up. I ordered a new one, got the new laptop mailed out to Iraq, and then sent the old one back to get repaired. It got repaired, came back, and I was like, well, I don't really need this anymore. So I used it to run a dedicated server, and like a bunch of guys in my squad, we all played Enemy Engaged together on like that dedicated server. So it was really cool because like you do the dynamic campaign on multiplayer, right? And like what missions you took up and everything affected like the overall battle space, which was pretty large. I don't remember how many kilometers it was, but it was quite big. But we would go out on patrols and like do different missions and stuff in real life, and then we would come back and be like, okay, what happened on the fucking map? And we try to like sort it out, and then, you know, basically fix what the enemy had taken and like shit we needed to get done. It was like that game was so ahead of its time for when it came out. Like there's really not a lot of games out there that still do that. I haven't tried Arma 3 like hardly at all, which is crazy. I used to play the shit out of Arma, and like every time an Arma game comes out, I buy it at like the highest like backer level that they let you. So I mean, like I get like basically all the DLCs. I think something came out recently that wasn't included in the original pledge. It might have been the spaceship one or some shit. But I just didn't play Arma 3 that much because I didn't have a HOTAS.
Contact Chicago Center on 123.75.
But that was another game that we used to play a shit ton of. Back then I got super into scripting, and
United
like
227 contact Chicago
would it be,
Center on
2008?
123.75.
So I used to do a ton of scripting for
Going to
Arma,
123.75 United 227.
and I would spend my downtime basically like
Chicago
creating
Center,
missions
United
that we would all play
227
together.
flight
And I actually
level
used
185.
Arma quite a bit when I was in the military as like a training aid for like teaching guys.
Chicago Center, continue as planned.
But yeah, when Arma 3 came out, I just didn't have a HOTAS anymore, so I was like, well, I'm not really interested in the ground side. Like, whenever I play Arma, it's for the flying, and without a HOTAS, I was like, well,
Chicago Center, continue as planned.
and I think, man, I want to say I didn't have track IR too. Like, I have to have like the full setup in order to play Arma. I can't with like keyboard and shit. But yeah, Arma with track IR and a HOTAS is super, super fun. And actually, somebody from the channel was like, oh yeah, it works on Vorpex. And I remember installing it and being like, holy fuck, it does. I need to play the shit out of this. And then I just didn't get around to it. Because I needed to like tweak all the controls and bindings and everything to work with Vorpex and shit. And I was just like, ugh, this is work. I'll do it later. I don't remember what the mod was specifically called, but I essentially just always played on multiplayer servers that are like that, like co-op versus Op4, where like you're fighting against the AI's army. God, I can't remember what the hell that shit was called. But I used to literally like, when I got back from Iraq, I would get back or get off duty, and then I would literally just jump on that and fly all night. Granted, that was on Arma 2. I don't know if they still carried that over to Arma 3. I've like I've been playing this a bunch and I keep like wondering like, oh man, I wonder if there are actually other people around here or not. Because I feel like I never run into anybody. But I wonder if those are. Because I don't have like there's a what do you call it? There's a setting that will like show you like a blinking thing for like players and flight numbers and shit. Let's see here. Let's see. Any airports or anything? So like the only one that I have turned on right now is airports. It'll show like a little line, and then it'll have an icon and say the airport. And there's a setting that you can turn on that does the same for flights, and it'll show like multiplayer names. But I have it turned off because I just didn't want to see it. Like it felt like it would just be spammy at big airports. Hey, so like I never know if I've actually seen like other people or if it's just AI flights or what.
Going to 124.5 United 227. Chicago Center United 227 flight level 185.
United 227.
I think you're right on that too, WMD. I think I remember that. Like some of the early World War II games had like the same kind of like dynamic campaign shit where like how your flight went affected the flow of like the overall game campaign. I feel like all the early flight simulators and stuff had so many more game systems than like games we have now. Where like what you did actually felt like it mattered and had consequences and shit, and like your character like not leveled up, but like got promotions and stuff based on like kills and all that, and like getting promoted would like give you the ability to requisition better aircraft and shit like that. I think the last game I can remember that did anything like that was the Silent Hunter series, but those are U-boats and submarines. What's good, sweetheart?
Hello?
Hey.
I had my mic unplugged for a second. My, like, microphone arm was, like, loose or something. I don't know. Fucking annoying. I can't mess with I can't turn the, like, the part that the mic is on without wiring it, whatever. So do you, like, do you only join Discord after Heather goes to bed or something? Am I your side bitch now? Huh?
Yeah, basically.
God damn it.
You keep
She's
my company
moving
while
on
she's
up.
away.
Fucking taking my spot.
Well, you know, lucky for you, she's always not around, so.
That's true. Yeah.
Leaves you lots of time. So I feel like it's got to be a power issue because like right now everything's working fine and I have nothing plugged in except for mouse, keyboard, headset, and microphone. So I don't know whether to...
Hold on, mouse, keyboard, headset, microphone. What do you normally have plugged in?
So when I've been playing this and like it's been like dying or whatever, it's those four things, right? Mouse, keyboard, headset, microphone, and then the flight stick and throttle quadrant, and the wheel. So two
Oh, you know what? To be fair, it started happening when you played this,
Yeah.
right? And I'm guessing that one of the first things you did when you started playing this again
Yep.
was plug in the fucking riff, right?
Yep.
And that was the like final straw kind of a thing.
That's what I'm thinking.
And I'm wondering if it's I mean, I wonder if man, I don't know if this is true, right? Maybe somebody in chat knows more about this, right? But I feel like I read this somewhere for whatever reason while Googling like some kind of an issue I had before that like if you're like attempting to use like things that that like will draw a lot of power out of the USB ports, right? That like they're not like your USB ports aren't like meant to be like full power out of every port all the time, right? Like I have 3 or 4 cords plugged in, right? That like 2 of them aren't in use, but like when I'm asleep at night, right? For my mouse and keyboard to charge, right? Or like like that kind of shit, right? Like I'm only ever using like 3 ports at a time, I think, you know?
Yeah.
Even though I've got like fucking 7 things plugged in, you know, and it's probably something like that, right? Like,
Yeah.
like whether there's like a max amount that your ports will even run, even if your power supply has extra power, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like it might not be a power supply issue. It might be like your ports aren't like your motherboard isn't rated to push more through the USB ports or something, I think.
It's something
But
I literally
could be
didn't
wrong
even
about
think
that.
of because of like how old my old motherboard was, right? Like I just assumed on a computer like this that like I would have no issue plugging everything in again. And evidently that's not the case. So yeah, I'm like, but why I was mentioning like looking into a USB, like a powered USB hub. I might give that a go and see if that helps.
Yeah, Conscott, like it sounds like maybe you know, understand a little bit more. If what, like, just to clarify, like maybe like what you're saying and what I'm saying, it like, so it wouldn't be so much a power supply issue as it is like the USB or the motherboard's USB ports like output of power issue, right? Like he's pushing enough power to the motherboard. It's just the motherboard's like, I can't put out more power even though I have enough. Like, sort of. Is that what you're agreeing with, or just for my own curiosity, honestly? And I guess actually I might be kind of helpful to him to know that specifically too, because you did get like the minimum power supply for a 3090, right, or whatever,
Yeah,
or the
it's a
recommended,
7,
or whatever, like the one
750
that
or
they said
whatever.
you need this to run it or whatever, you know. And I think that was like one of the things where like I guess it could be that. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I think I mean I used to use a powered USB hub. They're okay. I don't like things on my desk if I don't need it though.
Yeah, that's like this powered hub is like only $100. Like I can find something to use it on if it's not the issue.
I mean, yeah, like worst case scenario, it just becomes like a charging hub, right? Like you plug in all like every different kind of USB port, plug into it, and you've got a thing that'll charge anything, basically.
Yeah, like this one's 50 for 4 ports. It's more than enough.
Yeah, like I probably just wouldn't plug in certain things to it, right? Like obviously, like I think like I could be wrong, right? But like just like logically thinking, you're going through like an extra plug, sort of, and an extra wire. So like, there would be a few things that probably wouldn't run through it. But like I'd probably make sure that like my keyboard and mouse were plugged directly into the computer, you know.
Yeah, I got you, man. I appreciate it. I think that's what I'm gonna look at doing is just grabbing those StarTech 4 ports because I'm only running the 2 base stations and the Rift itself, so really I only need 3. As long as that resolves that, I should be fine. Yeah, I feel like it's got to be that, because you know, like when I was doing farm sim, right, when I was streaming that shit, I had the mouse, the keyboard, the headset, the microphone, and the steering wheel, pedals, and side quadrant, and I never had a problem.
Oh yeah, actually, Scott makes a good point. You probably don't really have to worry about what you plug into the USB hub with USB 3.0 now. I think the one I used was like years ago, so.
That's probably what the problem is then, but why? Because that's what I'm running. I mean, eventually, I want to look into getting the index. I just, like, I had one reserved when they were unlimited batches, like, at release, and I just didn't pull the trigger on it because I was like, well, I never, like, what do I play in VR that I justify another $1,000 on another VR headset? And it was literally just, okay, well, I play Elite Dangerous sometimes. Is that worth $1,000? Probably not. So I ended up letting the reservation go, and now I don't even know if we can get them because of coronavirus. But eventually, like, either when prices go down, or like new gen VR shit isn't just churning out, because I feel like it's been pretty quick lately. I'd like to upgrade it and get rid of the Rift. If nothing else, just to get away from Facebook.
Honestly, like, the index, I think, is, like, super nice, but I think that their big selling point is are their controllers. Mm-hmm. The Valve controllers are, like, insane.
Her fucking headsets are so fucking loud, and she just leaves on like random streams. So I'll like randomly hear like somebody talking. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, oh, it's her fucking headphones.
That's how she's getting you with all those songs, dude. She just plays those songs on max volume on her headphones, and you don't even know you're hearing it, and then they get stuck in your head, and you start singing them.
Yep.
All that
Fucking
shit
playing
music.
mind games. Like, how do you mean by why? Like in terms of like with a powered USB, or like with what I have right now?
I think he means I'm not sure how you would do it other than
Chicago Center on 135.6.
Oh no. No, I'm not sure.
Going to 135.6 United 227. Chicago Center United 227 flight level 185.
Unless he just means that like a portion of your USB ports on the back are powered like separately from the other ones, and you can look in your motherboard thing and it'll tell you.
Yeah, I didn't really think about trying that and using like the front I/O instead of putting everything on the back.
Oh, I don't even know if.
I mean, I imagine it'd be a different power draw, right? Because like the front I/O plugs into a separate spot.
I mean, yeah. Does the back plug into anything? I don't know. I I don't know.
No.
Yeah, like it's just like a part of the board.
Soldered in? I mean, I don't know, something. But I mean, like I would imagine that they would have to route the power like separately, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it might be worth trying before I order a controller, or while waiting for one, or not a controller, but a hub. I'll have to read through it and see about why. I didn't even bother with this one because this is the only one I didn't have to put together. I was like, okay, hook it up, power it on, good to go. By the time, like, because my computer came so late, by the time I got here, I was just so over anything remotely having to do with building a computer.
Yeah.
Because the two younger kids were pre-built, but I had to do, like, a bunch of shit to, like, modernize them and make them not, like, a low-end system. And then Heather's computer was basically, like, a full case transfer. Preston's was a full build. My brother's was a full build. So by the time I got mine, I was like, okay, well, fucking, I'm not even going to open this motherfucker. Actually, I opened it to put in the second SSD, and that was it. And I literally could not wait to be done with that. And then it's just putting in a fucking drive. Yeah, I don't know what we would do if we didn't have phones, Scott. Like, I'm like constantly, you know, anytime like a computer goes down, you're sitting there on your phone like troubleshooting it. Good thing in 900 years we managed to advance phones this far.
118.15 for United 227. Chicago Center United 227 flight level 185.
Dude, yeah, whenever I'm fucking with my computer, dude, I'm just like constantly fucking.
Continue as planned.
Yeah, literally either using it to like Google like symptoms and shit, or watching like a tutorial on like how to fucking fix something or whatever. Like, I don't know what I would like. Back in the day, like way back when like one computer in a household was normal, that shit sucked, right? Like having a computer go down and you're sitting there like, okay, fuck, how do I fix this?
You're going through like the 72 pages you printed out that give you instructions on anything that could go wrong.
Go to the library and like fucking look it up and then print shit out and fucking take it home, and you're like, okay, alright. Fuck that.
You're like, fuck, I printed out shit for a Dell XXXRN7 and I needed shit for a Dell XXRN8. Fuck me.
We're so spoiled now.
Yeah, right. Dude, Google is the probably the best thing ever invented. I can be like an entry-level expert on literally anything, right?
Yeah.
I have never changed oil on a car. I've never fucking changed brake pads. I am incredibly confident that I could do that first try without fucking it up because of Google.
Yeah.
Right? Without anybody else standing over my shoulder telling me how to do it or making sure I do it right.
Yeah, and I mean, it's great too for like visual learners and shit. Like if you're one of those people where you can just see somebody do something and just replicate it, then like between Google and YouTube, like you're set. Like you can literally pick up anything, whether it's computer repair, or woodworking, or fucking welding, or RC shit, like whatever, right? Like I can't even think of how many different things I've learned because of Google and YouTube.
Yeah, you don't delete your config.sys file, you delete your system32 folder, right? You big dummy. Yeah, every time my mom's like, how'd you fix this? I'm just like, I Googled it.
Oh man,
like,
no, I would have
what?
humble brag that shit. I've been like,
No,
wow,
I wish
you
that
underestimate me.
I
Like,
wish to God that my family would fix shit on their own by Googling it, then ask me. I actually get annoyed when my family asks me to fix something for them. I'm like, God damn it, you fucking babies. You guys are literally fucking like Down syndrome fucking retards. And I have to hold your hand every step of the way whenever something has like a screen on it that has words on it, right? Like holy shit. I remember like I had to help them with their flip phones in like 2005.
Yeah. My dad got a DVR probably 6 years ago or something like that. Or not a DVR, what was it? Fire Stick. He got a Fire Stick. He was like, can you come over and hook this up? Blah, 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 blah. And like, I've never looked into Fire Stick, right? Because like,
things are so dumb person friendly.
Right, exactly. I didn't know that, right? He was like, oh, come over and hook up the Fire Stick. But like all of my shit was like smart DVD players, so like they had like streaming services built in. So I never fucked with Fire Stick. I didn't care.
Dude, I think
the built-in
like, stuff always feels a lot better.
I prefer that, yeah, for sure. Like
it usually it feels smoother. Like the Fire Stick stuff always feels like laggy to me.
Yeah.
I feel like the more you
to
be
put
fair,
stuff
I've
on
only
it,
used
lags.
Yeah, I've only used Fire Sticks and what's the other not Google one? There's another
I
one.
don't remember. Roku?
Yeah, Roku. I've never used a Chromecast, right? So maybe that one's better. Who knows, right? I'd be willing to accept that Google's were better than other people's, right? But,
it's so easy to set up. Like you literally just plug the motherfucker in,
hey, do you
and
want to
then
do
just
my hip
follow the
replacement
fucking
using
dummy
Google?
prompts.
You want to do my hip replacement for me?
Yeah, I saw that. I'm down if you're down. If you want to
Yeah, I
volunteer.
mean, if it's free. As long as it's free.
We just have to
Yeah,
source the
we're not paying.
parts, right? We can do a charity
Yeah.
stream. And then we can
Oh,
live stream
dude,
the operation.
Since I'm not going through, we can get donations for it that way too.
Yep.
Since I'm not going through, official healthcare sources, I can get like the better hip stuff too. Like,
Yeah,
I
probably
think that,
cheaper.
I don't think that. We discussed this with my doctor like years ago, right? About like potential, because there are different. You can get different like materials for it, right? The popular one here is just all metal, right? But I think he said in Italy, something like ceramic, like some ceramic alloy or something was like all the rage. Maybe I gotta go ceramic alloy, right? I don't know.
There we go.
But I don't even remember if he said alloy.
We'll probably have to meet up in a country where it's legal to do this, but
Yeah,
we'll
that'll
figure
be
it
a part
out.
of the
It's
donation.
probably still cheaper than having your hip done here.
Yeah.
And how hard can it be, right?
Yeah, it is. We did some we had some talks about this with somebody in the fucking Ukraine or something, right? God damn. It's like $2,400 there to have your hip replaced, and that's assuming your insurance does the like government insurance doesn't cover it, which it does, right? And it's like 49 grand here or something, right?
Yeah.
Like, god damn, holy shit.
Yeah, this sounds like a plan. Let's just go to like Mexico or some other country where like they don't really regulate doctors that well, and we can live stream for the donations building up to it, and then I'll pull Heather off of work she can take some paid leave so she can assist as an actual trained medical professional. We're good to go, man. We'll just YouTube hip replacements prior to, and
Yeah.
we got
She
this.
can YouTube anesthesiology, right?
Yep, we're good to go.
Since she's already she's basically one of those, right?
Yeah. This should be easy, man. We'll have you fucking running around in no time.
Dude, the fucking shit I've seen about that, how they're like, yeah, pretty much the next day you need to be up and walking like as much as possible. I'm like, oh god, after a fucking hip replacement, that seems insane, doesn't it?
Ow. Yeah, I don't know if I could. If
Like,
could
I
bring
mean, like,
myself to do
I'm
that.
probably exaggerating. I had this discussion years ago with them, right?
Mhm.
But like, realistically, it's much sooner than I would have thought, right? Like,
Mhm.
that, like, yeah, they're just like, yeah, you need to get that shit going, right? You don't want to like lose a bunch of muscle in your leg and from like fucking being like literally off for weeks and weeks and weeks, right? Like, no, you want to get that shit going and use it and get back to normal life as soon as possible.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel part of me is like, dude, I'm gonna get that shit, and then the next day I'm gonna be walking out and they'll be like, holy fuck, aren't you in pain? I'm like, I've been in pain for 20 fucking years, you retards. Right? Like, literally I've been walking on a fucking not circular femur head for 20 years. You fucking monkeys. Right? Like, holy shit. You think that this is painful?
Violence. We need the fucking flight timer shit on here. Like, we actually have a passenger seat. Need my arrival times. I probably should have started a clock on the actual planner. Oops. Kind of goofed that. What's that fucking 3.5 hours?
Yeah, I think like people do that here with Mexico, don't they? Failure? Or the
Go
whole,
down to
like,
Mexico
go to
for
Mexico
treatment?
and surgeries.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Chicago Center Frontier Flight
I mean, like,
170 Heavy is
I
in
guess
flight
like
level
luckily I don't
370
really have to worry about the hip
10,000
replacement
feet.
costs because I'm disabled, so I have health
Frontier
insurance.
Flight
So that's good.
170
But
Heavy Chicago Center.
it's still just
continue
fucking
as planned.
insane, right?
Yeah, it's insane. Fuck, man, what was I watching? Oh my god, I don't remember what show I was watching, right? But they were it might have been John Oliver, and he was talking about like the pharma industry, right, and
Yeah.
prescription costs and stuff. And they were talking to like a pharmaceutical insurance company based in like I want to say Nevada or something like that, right? And they actually offer a plan to fly people from Nevada down into Mexico to get a prescription filled, and then still give the patient $500 cash and fly them back up because it's cheaper than filling it in the U.S. No bullshit. That's
Yeah.
fucking insane.
Yeah.
That's fucking literally crazy. Good job, American healthcare. Tell me more about how we're the best.
United 227
It's insane,
contact
dude.
Minneapolis Center
I think it's disgusting that healthcare.
Our drug prices are fucking ludicrous.
Going to 125
I think it's
United
insane
227.
how strong the whole
Minneapolis
for-profit
Center
shit has
United
on healthcare
227
here.
flight level 185.
Like I agree that like some level of for-profit certainly like drives innovation, right?
Mhm.
And research and all of that. But I think like some base level of healthcare should be like a right though.
Wait, what's auto search, Scott? Sorry.
There you go. That was pretty much it. I think a public option would be good. I'm not sure we can get much more than that anyways, currently. I think there are a lot of conflicting reports on whether Medicare for All would actually work or not. So I just don't know. I'm in favor of whatever works the best, realistically. Like, I think that we can find an option that gives everyone a base level of healthcare, you know, for free, air quotes, right? Because taxes pay for it technically, but, and that also, you know, doesn't like hurt us in any way and shit, right? If that's Medicare for all or if that's a public option, then so be it. I don't care. Oh, autoplay, I think he means.
Wait. How the fuck do you get it to do that? Like you're talking about like they'll actually go around the map to all of the battles, right?
Oh.
Because that would be fucking great. How do I get some of that in my fucking life? It's like the number one reason why I don't end up doing events is because like it's just so much running around. Like, okay, well, this is getting taxing. Are you Are you doing it on PC or on?
I googled it for
phone?
you. Okay. Let's look. This function lets the AI clear the map for you. Results screen will appear after the map is cleared. How to activate? Make sure threat level is safe. Make sure the small box is ticked.
Oh man,
Auto
don't even get
search.
me started with college. Let's see.
Yeah, I think I'm not. Oh, you have to clear the map once first.
No, that's not a big deal. Be great for farming events. Well, I know what I'm going to be downloading on this next. Honestly, it's perfect because I can literally like sit there and do Azure Lane while I'm fucking flying for 3 hours somewhere. I think the one I was using before on the old PC was Moomoo.
Honestly, you talking about emulators, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, it feels like every like 3 months there's a new Android emulator that's the best one to use, right? Like
I tried a bunch of them.
It might not even
and
be
just-
new. It might be like
yeah.
like 1 month it'll be like, hey, use BlueStacks 72
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
month, and then the next month it's like, nope, Nox is better again, and then the next
Yeah.
month it's like, nope, this random third party or like third one that popped up this month is really good, and then that one goes to shit. It's like, I don't know how to keep these straight.
I've
guys.
tried BlueStacks like multiple times since I started playing Azure Lane, and like every time I try BlueStacks, it lags and shit, and just sound cuts and whatever, right? I started using Nox for like a long time, and then like some update in Azure Lane like broke it to where like I was getting really bad lag on that. So then I like Googled like other, popular fucking emulators and ended up with Mumu or whatever, and that one worked for like the longest time. I never had any issues with it. But I think Nox is like the cleanest looking and like not a pain in the ass to use. Like BlueStacks just feels like it's so bloated with like bullshit.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to download that shit real quick.
I've used a handful of them, and usually they usually all end up being okay for a while, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. I've played too many of those fucking hero unlock games though. I'm done with them.
Just give in, man.
No.
Mimu was another one I tried before I ended up on Mumu. That one was pretty nice too. I don't remember something about it. I ended up using Mumu instead. But I mean, like that's the big issue that I have with all of these is like they all like on one level have some kind of like bloatware for like ad shit and garbage like that, and it makes me like super uncomfortable to where I wish like these games would just fucking offer a PC like port, like an official one, like you just fucking launch through your computer.
Yeah, like Raid Shadowlands. The Shadowlands.
Yeah, Raid Shadow Legends.
I said Shadowlands the first time. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can download it on PC.
Oh god.
119.
I'm gonna start plugging Raid then. Let's go. Be a Raid streamer.
Shit, dude, I hear they pay out like pretty well for
27 flight level 185.
I just like my favorite thing about Raid is how like they force every content creator that like they sponsor to like literally read the same script, so you just always are hearing like the same word for word thing, and it's like this is weird. like why, like if you're gonna reach out to these people, like these personalities or whatever that like have all these followings for their own personality, why wouldn't you like capture that and let them like come up with their own thing and like at least shoot it back to you for like, hey, this is what I'm gonna say.
Yeah,
like
at least like obviously what they're trying to do is control the messaging, right?
Yeah,
make sure that
yeah.
it's a good message.
Mhm.
But like at least be like, hey, create a good message and then confirm with us, right?
Right.
And
like why go ahead and like find these people that garnered hundreds to millions of people following them, and then like instead of getting them to like tailor a message that will appeal to their followers who they probably know better than you, instead you just stick your hand up their ass and fucking puppet them. Like what?
the sad thing about those games is that I really like auto battler kind of games like that, right?
Yeah.
Like I like the idea of playing a game where I like send like heroes or whatever on missions, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like upgrade those heroes and shit and get equipment for them and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like I don't want to have to spend like $100 every 2 months to get all the heroes and shit, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
I like auto play like idle type games, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like there just aren't like a lot of those really, right? A lot of them are like fucking like cookie clicker shit, right? Like essentially. Yeah. There have been like 2 or 3 that have come on Steam before. And it's just like, man, I wish that like it seems like the mobile market just gets all of the like the polished ones, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
even though they're not better, they're way more polished. And I know that like the people that make those games, if they really wanted to, could make a better version of them
Yeah.
on PC.
Yeah. Yeah, like that's literally my issue with Yostar is like I know for a fact they could make a version of it on PC that would run better. They could do more with it. Like just so many possibilities, right? Like you could keep literally the core gameplay, but like your performance would be better. Like you could do more shit with it. But instead they're like, well, let's just keep pimping the mobile market because
Hmm.
that's where the money is.
Yeah, they'd much rather the whales drop huge money on it than even
Mm-hmm.
charge $20 for the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like they make so much, dude. Mobile games make so much fucking money.
Yep.
It's fucking insane.
Yeah, it's literally crazy.
And for the effort they put in, is like holy fuck.
Yep. Yeah, it's funny how like up everybody's ass, or how everybody's up like EA's ass and Ubisoft and stuff like that for them, like being money hungry and like oh they do this that, but like man the money hunger in the mobile market is so much worse, and nobody cares because it's mobile.
Yeah, I mean that shit fucking sucks too, right? But like, dude, EA is a product of capitalism. If you don't like EA, you don't like capitalism, right? Like I don't
Mm-hmm.
like yeah, I don't.
Jeez, that's crazy, WMD. I didn't even know, like I haven't heard anything about like Fallout Shelter, Elder Scroll Blades, like none of those like main mainstream publisher mobile games. Like the
Oh, I
Diablo
mean to
one.
be Fallout Shelter on PC. Um, I don't remember how it worked, right? But
Mm-hmm.
like they had these like loot box things, right, or whatever that you could buy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember how it worked, but you could just get like an account somehow that had like 10,000 loot boxes already on it. Like
What?
yeah, like there was no like stopping you from like hacking your files or whatever, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah.
That's
And it was
funny.
like, wait, Bethesda doesn't care about their money, right? Like what? But I was just like, oh, okay. Like it was all right. It was an okay game, sure, but
That's funny.
it was just like so weird. That I mean, that is capitalism, Maxim. That's what capitalism is.
Oh, come on, Knox. Jesus Christ. I give you a shot. I put you in, and you blow it.
What happened?
It's not fucking launching.
Oh,
It like hits 99 and then freezes. Third period, enemy's goalie's pulled. You fucking fall flat. I think like Bethesda's just too big for their own head. Like they just literally don't care because they know that
I,
like they can put out whatever and do it'll still do well. It doesn't matter what the quality is. Like they'll get
yeah,
shit
I mean,
on and then it'll wash off, and onward they go.
I wonder. I wonder if Starfield or whatever it's called, right? The shit they're working on now. If that will get the same level of like fucking cult love or whatever because it's Bethesda, or if their other games do because their other games are like proven like IPs, right? Like people forgive. I mean, they didn't really forgive Fallout for Fallout 76, right? But that was a departure from the main series, to be fair, right? But like Fallout 4 had a lot of issues too, right? But people still like that shit made a lot of money, right? I wonder if Starfield will get that same like forgiveness when like that like as a series isn't like beloved, you know?
Right. Alright, I guess we'll just let that run for the next year in the background and see if Knox ever wants to boot. Honestly, like, I skipped New Vegas for no reason, right? Like, it wasn't like I didn't like it or I didn't think it would be fun. I just didn't end up getting it. But like going from Fallout 3 to Fallout 4, I probably made it like maybe a week into Fallout 4, and then I was like, okay, I'm done. It never like hooked me the way like other Scrolls games do.
I don't like the setting of Fallout either.
United 227
I'm not a fan of just like staring at brown
Yeah.
everywhere. Yeah, I don't know.
Just everywhere you look is like apocalyptic wasteland, just nonstop forever.
Kind of that.
Yeah, it's the same thing with like arc maps, right? Like, I can handle like, you know, certain areas of the map being like fucking shitty
Desert
and weird
shit,
and
yeah.
wasteland or whatever, right? But like, I have to have some place that's like vibrant and like live feeling to where I can like retreat to and be like, oh, okay, my eyes needed that. Yeah, the base building was really cool, WMD. And I liked it in Fallout 76 too. It's just like sometimes it was a little frustrating getting things to like place how you wanted them to place and like having to fight with the placement system. But like I thought it was really cool that they added base building.
I think that Fallout 76 would have been a lot better if it was like server based.
Yeah, I agree.
Instead
That
of
way,
like
like
this
your
like
shit is
weird
wherever
like
you built it.
mashup of like it felt like very like Destiny 2ish to a certain, right? Like you're always like zoning in and out of shit and stuff.
Yeah, I agree.
Like reloading of your server and shit. Yeah, I think it would have been like a lot nicer if it was like, you know, like Arc style servers.
Yeah, like just a persistent dedicated server.
Yeah.
I 100%
Whether or not
would
we
have
could buy
rented
our
that.
own, right?
Yeah.
Like, I think
Yeah,
it still would have been
even
better.
if they didn't want to front the costs, right? And they were like, "Hey, if you want it, you can, you can pay for that." I would do it in a heartbeat. That way, like, shit persisted.
Oh, like
You
give
didn't
you
have
the
to like,
option of what they
yeah,
had or
yeah,
buying your own. Yeah, sure.
yeah. Because I felt like that was the most frustrating part, right? Like, you'd go and take like all of these facilities and stuff in 76, and like you'd set up like defenses and get like your farm on and stuff, and then you'd have to get off, and then like when you got back on, guess what? You were going out and fucking having to redo it all over again. You lost whatever you fucking put into like building it, right? Like whatever
Yeah.
defenses you put down were they just don't exist. You
Just
don't
felt
get the
kinda bad.
materials back. So it's like anytime you get on and like let's say like when we're farming the power plant and God, what was another one that like we frequently did? Oh fuck, I can't even
I think the
remember.
power plant was the only one I really cared about.
Yeah, I think I did
What about
the
the
power
junkyard one?
plant.
The
Yeah, the
junkyard
power
one?
plant and the junkyard that were like south of it or whatever, southwest. Um, so like we'd go in, capture those, and then build up to like defend them and stuff, and like try to farm them.
And then we'd like try to trade them off as people got offline and shit.
Yeah, exactly. Like we would have to like bounce shit around in order to like, oh my god, oh, what? In order to like not lose like all the time that you put into it. And then it also made you feel like, oh shit, we have to like literally be on here forever because fucking, you know, like we put so much time and like resources into it. Like if you don't stay on and like literally farm it, then the resources you put into like holding it weren't worth it. And it's like, okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. Man, I think Fallout 76 could have been so much better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm pretty over the whole like game service thing for the most part. Or live service shit, whatever. It just all feels like it's like our spreadsheet says this will keep you on for the most amount of time, and that's all that matters to us, kind of shit.
Mm-hmm. Damn. You're killing me, Knox. You're fucking killing me, fam. All I
I
wanted was
think
some
PoE
fucking
breaks the
waifus.
mold like pretty hardcore though. Like,
United 227 contact Minneapolis Center.
I think like okay. When I say like live service or games as a service shit, right? I mean like these games that are like log in every day to do your daily shit and that kind of shit, right? Um like PoE like yeah, like they release content regularly and shit, right? But like you don't like lose out for missing a day, right? Other than like the progress that you would have gained just from playing, which is every game, right? But like you don't really lose anything for like not playing that day or whatever. I mean, I guess like you can miss a league, but you're not like penalized for missing a league other than like missing the content that it had unless it goes core. Yeah, so like I guess that's technically a live service, right? But it's just like not certainly not the type of live service game that I mean, I guess. But I agree, PoE does do a good job. The only thing that they even sell that affects the game at all is staff stuff, and they do sales on that shit every third weekend of the month or something. It's like fairly cheap to get like a couple like tabs and then a premium tab. and you don't even need that to get started. Oh, yeah. All right, yeah, you're right. I didn't even think of that, but like I literally never do the challenges, right? Like I've never been like, "Oh man, there's the new league and I gotta go play it to do the challenges for the free." Like I've never felt that need. Maybe some people do. Uh but I haven't, so I don't think of that.
Yeah, absolutely. But you have a great night, man. Sorry, I'm just like furiously fighting with my computer to let Nox run.
Oh my god, and then you can stream yourself playing as your lane.
Yeah, boy. Then we can stream some waifus.
I've probably spent more, but I've been playing off and on for the same amount of time. I usually
I mean,
buy like a $30 supporter pack like every year or so,
I feel like that's a
which
pretty
isn't bad
good.
at all.
Yeah, like that's a
Yeah.
good balance, right? Where like you're talking like spending the price of a full game over the span of years. Like
Yeah.
that's a good model in my opinion. If
Yeah.
that's what you're spending.
The supporter packs are like extra value too, right? Like that they usually um it's usually like uh a full like an outfit or is that the 30 or 6 whatever. It's usually like some kind of a skin uh and then I think some like maybe two skins, I think. I'd have to go look. Like two skins, not like full body skins, but like a weapon skin and something and another individual skin.
Mm-hmm.
And then you also get like uh premium currency to spend on like in the store of skins, right? That's equal to like 75% of the pack's cost, right? So like normally these are arbitrary numbers, but say normally you spend $20 for 1,000 of their premium currency, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the supporter pack is $30 for a skin or for two skins, and you get 1,000 premium currency with it. So like you're only paying $10 for two skins, right? Which is way cheaper than two skins would be normally, right? So like there's a lot of value in those. Usually, those are arbitrary numbers, but it's like that idea. So yeah, I always try to, if I see skins I like in a supporter pack, I try to grab it because it's usually really good value. And then I just play fucking uh fuck um uh spin to win every league. I just play it every league. It's just the same thing every time.
And contact Minneapolis Center on 126.4.
Well, a different version of it probably because I use guides.
126.4 United 227.
It's just every
Minneapolis
time.
Center
All right,
United
cycling.
227 flight level
All right.
185.
What am I playing this like cycling, right? And then I go through like 8 different YouTubers who do fucking beginners guides. And I'm like, give me a sec. Oh, there's a cycle book. All right, I'm done. I got it. Yeah, I think PoE 2 will be really nice. I don't care about like another leveling experience, like the story or whatever, like a new campaign.
Wow.
Dude, I want the new socket system so bad. Like, so fucking bad.
I want new class characters so bad.
Okay.
I can't. I just hate the way all of the characters in PoE look. I can't bring
Yeah.
myself to like play it.
Yeah, I get that.
Like
I mean,
that's literally the only
what
thing that's holding me
MTX is
from
for.
it. Yeah, but even then, like you have like their voices and like the way they
Oh, I mean, I
stand and
guess.
shit,
Yeah.
and it just irritates me. like I'm petty about like looks. It's literally like I would probably even swallow the bullshit on Destiny if they hadn't fucked us on like our armor and shit, like visually, like looking the way we want
Yeah,
to look.
God, that was one of the things that made me hate it too.
Like maybe when the transmog system finally comes out, I would play that game again, despite like it feeling shallow and like all the other problems, right? But like that's like a hard breaking point for me. Like when a
Yeah.
game doesn't let me look the way I want to look, right? Like I'm like, well, all right, well, it's been fun. Bye bye. Like, could you imagine WoW if you didn't have transmog?
Oh my,
Ugh.
yeah, I probably wouldn't play actually.
I literally would not play WoW without transmog. There's no fucking way.
He says while not playing WoW.
Yeah, well. uh, the other person hasn't been playing it, so I've been able to escape. Luckily, she's been very fixated on Stardew Valley, so I haven't had
Nice, nice.
to play that fucking shit game. I mean, to be clear, like I don't want to play WoW at all. Like I hate Blizzard and like the shit they do. I feel like the game isn't really that fun anymore. Like literally, the only reason I play it is because of her.
United 227 flight level 185.
I would rather play Guild Wars or Final Fantasy if I was going to pick anyone.
Continue as planned.
I think if, well, I mean, like of course we're talking like more traditional MMOs, right? Like not like Destiny or some shit, right?
Right. Yeah. Like an actual.
I think I just wouldn't play another MMO. I think I'm over like trying to find an MMO. And I play WoW because I'm like so invested, right?
Yeah, like I just don't feel invested enough to force myself to play it, and I just don't enjoy anything about it anymore.
Oh, you'll be happy to hear that I did get another item level 200 from the world boss this week, but it was a duplicate of the one I got last week, so...
Good. Fuck you.
Oh, man. Ugh. I was so excited, and then I looked at it, I was like, wait, what? Why you do this? Why you do this? I played Wrath on the private server. Man, I don't know what. I think it was during when Live was on Kata. Around that time. But I think like shortly after when my friends played Live and secondary. The best shit, even on a private server, dude, about Wrath was the amount of people that would fucking ninja loot. Well, not ninja loot, really, but like just fucking master loot the fucking rings that drop from trash and ICC. Dude,
Yeah.
oh god, dude. I needed those strength rings, dude, so bad. I played a DK. I needed those, and every time they're like, "Yup, you get the first one if it drop, if any drop, right?" I'm like, "Fucking dope." I reserved it, right? And then some fucking like shadow priest that was leading the person like leading the raid or whatever, right? Would just yoink it and dip. I'm just like, God, fucking kill me.
Yep.
Fucking kill me. And then eventually I got the rings, and then I could watch that happen to other people, and I just laugh at them. Oh shit, are you like really quiet? He's saying.
Oh, probably in the external. That's because the engines are so loud. That and I'm like kicked way the fuck back. I was like lounging back as I was trying to get this fucking Nox shit to work. All right. Well, Nox, I tried. It's been fun. You didn't make it. I'm gonna go back to Moo.
Oh yeah, you are a little quiet.
Oh man, just can't win. I'll try and
Get your
fix
shit
Nox
together, dude.
later.
Get your shit together, man.
I know. Nox is like, oh yeah, we need you to go ahead and enable fucking, what do you call it? Virtualization tech, which is a BIOS thing, so I would have to fucking like totally exit out in order to fucking
Oh god.
run it.
Can't wait for you to become a fucking weeb streamer.
That would actually be pretty funny.
Oh my god, you should get one of those fucking animated avatars too.
Oh my god, yeah. Then I can do a webcam.
You can be a cat girl.
Ah, that's what I've always wanted.
Cat skank, I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking voice changer and everything, dude. Then you can actually start getting viewers and make money.
There we go.
Oh wait, that would involve you actually caring about Twitch, though. Never mind.
Yeah, that's true. Fuck. It's got to be some kind of like compromising middle ground here. Yeah, honestly, Maximilian, I don't know if any of these will actually even launch without it turned on. So, side entertainment during the flight may be canceled. Oh wow, I tried. I tried to be a weeb streamer. Where the fuck did Heather go? She was like, oh yeah, it's workout time. Well,
She just disappeared.
she's still alive. What the fuck are you doing? Spousal abuse caught on audio.
Not really. No.
No.
It's that
You just confirmed
RTX
it.
voice is saving her from going to jail.
Oh, really? Damn it.
Yeah, I
See,
think
I
so.
need... Way to screw me over, Mooseby. Oh,
what
what
I'm
a
here for.
hippo.
Oh shit.
Waddle.
Now you're actually gonna die. Told her fat.
I'm gonna start turning on fucking the webcam just so people can fucking catch her coming in here and abusing me.
Yeah,
Oh,
get that
really?
video
God.
evidence.
Let's see BlueStacks then. Fuck it. Download BlueStacks. You can play things. All right. We're just gonna try all the emulators tonight. Install, receive notifications. No.
Here lies failure to report. He called his girlfriend fat.
That seems appropriate. Fuck it. Some kind of like edgy subcaption too would be great.
Oh god. He called his barely legal girlfriend fat.
No, she's too
All
old
right, I'm done.
to
I'm
get
sorry.
that anymore.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's why you were talking about, like in my head, to get rid of her. Yeah.
I mean, that's really why we have so many issues. And she's just too
Yeah.
old now. What?
That is with my pride.
That's right, dear. You're so young. So young. Yeah. Yeah. Stocky genetics, that's all.
Stocky. Oh man, I can imagine calling a girl stocky.
No.
Holy shit.
What's your fucking problem? Why are you so aggressive?
Because I have to take my pre-workout.
You already took it?
Yeah, I told him to start the up.
You just said you were starting to heat her up. I figured you'd like come in here and like drink it, and that way I knew. Well, see what happens when you sit in bed on your TikTokies?
I was gonna make yours, but I was gonna slip it.
Well, I
There
guess
she
I'm not
goes.
now, huh?
Fucking running ahead to quest without
Okay,
you.
little
That's what
bitch.
she's doing, basically. Leaving you behind again.
Yep. Yep, that's what it is.
Fucking butthole.
Real supportive.
Shit.
I'd
Or
never
not.
take my pre-workout before you.
Real thought girl shit. This bitch.
Honestly, he's about to die every night, right? Like, this shit is regular for them.
Thicker elk.
There were a couple months when I first met him, or when he first met her, that like I'd hear the way they talk to each other, and I was like, okay, tonight's the night, right? Tonight's the night that he dies. And then eventually I was just like, maybe this is her kink. I don't know.
She likes it, alright. She's that quasi-abusive relationship. What a spaz. Oh no, you should judge. You should definitely judge her.
Judging is important, okay?
She's fucking weird.
Just don't say it to her face. That's what I do. I judge her all the time, but I only judge her to him,
Can I fucking help you? You're so fucking annoying. We have cats less annoying than you. All three of them.
Oh my god, that's like... Ooh.
Or you're just doing your job too well. No, of course it's not my password. What? Thank you. God damn. All right, BlueStacks looks like the winner for the night.
God, is it working?
It is. It is.
Oh my god.
What it says about me is that I'm a very charitable person to take her in.
He's doing God's work.
Yeah. I'm taking one for the proverbial team. Yeah, of course you are, honey. You're the best catch. Yep. Although your obsession with shows where people are 400 pounds is a little concerning.
It's to motivate me to not be that.
Right. Okay. I believe you.
I'm funny.
Mm-hmm. So funny. You're so funny and so smart and so beautiful. She can't kill me while I'm streaming, so it's fine.
She just can never stop streaming.
Oh shit.
She's not really going to work out at this point. She's going out to the breaker box to throw the power, then get me.
Oh no. She took the pre-workout so she can just stab you like 400 times. That's just exhausting, okay?
Fucking, yeah.
I've heard, just to be clear, I've heard that it's exhausting. I wouldn't actually know.
Witness me.
Sounded like you were like trying to poop really hard or something.
Neck too strong.
That's right, bitch.
That game.
Get out of here. Go fucking lift some weight so you got a chance. Fucking scrawny punk.
Did you see fucking Conor McGregor got knocked the fuck out, dude?
No.
Yeah, he was like talking a bunch of mad shit about fighting this guy again. Who he beat last time.
Yeah.
And he was like, dude, the first round Conor looked like really good. But the like Conor's not been fighting in a while, right? And the meta's changed a lot, and now they do like a bunch of like spammy like low leg kicks, and he has no idea how to deal with them. So there came a point in the second round that like he literally just couldn't move his leg. Like the guy fucked up his leg so badly, right, that he just like he couldn't even use it, and then the dude just like caught him with two on the chin.
He's got a real problem with like talking that shit and then like publicly getting embarrassed.
Yeah.
It seems to have been basically a trend since fucking what's his name, Mayweather.
I think it happened before that too, but yeah.
I don't think it was ever like anything you publicly saw as bad. Like,
oh yeah, like it didn't spread outside of MMA.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying. Yeah.
Like now, every time I see anything in the news about McGregor, it's him like hyping up how much he's gonna shit on somebody. Yeah, and then like he gets dumpstered, and then you're like,
dude, I think he's got like a little bit of like he it's almost like he feels like he's like, I mean, I guess rightfully so, like no one thinks he's the best anymore or something, right? Because fucking Khabib is the fucking god, and everyone's just like, yeah, sorry dude, you're like, you were good when no one cared about anything but throwing punches in UFC, but sorry, it's not enough anymore, right?
Yeah, I don't really keep up with it enough to know beyond like what I see in the news. So.
Yeah, basically like the complete opposite of him came into the UFC, and just like dominated him. It dominated him included, right? Khabib is this like, I don't know where he's from, but he's like Russian or something, right? Like something like that. I think. And he like he lives with his parents. He's like really modest about like money and shit, right? He like he's just, and he's also like an insane like wrestler and shit, right? He's just like the complete opposite of Connor, not just in fighting, but like also as a person, right?
Yeah, like behaviors.
And he just dumpstered him, right? Like he's just so much better than Connor is in like practically every way. Like, and it's, like I think that like ever since that he's had like a chip on his shoulder. Yeah, it's just like things change, right? Like Connor dominated when he came in because he did things differently and better than people before him, and now people do it differently and better than he did, and they, you know.
Yeah.
But because he like sort of like tries to act like he's still that same old Connor, people hate him, right? Like he could have just been like, you know, things change and moved on, you know? And people would just be like, oh, okay, yeah, that's true. You were great though before, you know? But now people are like, fucking baby. Wah. Yeah.
I know where to go.
Yeah, like, and I mean, like, generally, like, as time goes on, people just get better at those things, right? Even if things don't change, people are just end up being better, usually, right? Like, when my dad tries to, like, tell me that, like, a football team from, like, the 70s would have a chance against a football team now, I'm like, no, I don't care. You could give me the fucking Super Bowl winning team from like 72 and they would lose to the last ranked team this year, right? Like I would feel confident in that. Like they just wouldn't be able to keep up, right?
Yeah, I agree.
But
Max.
they were so tough. They were just
Like-
so tough back then.
Too many athletes don't like have the ability to accept when it's time to retire and like take your payout and be like, yeah, I did good.
Only like a very few athletes are able to like keep going, right? It's like once in a lifetime type athletes, right? Well, I mean not that few, but
Yeah.
but
I
like
get it.
every 10 years there's like 2 NBA players that are like that just like continue being like all-star
or
quality
old and
and
manage
just
to
like
defy them all.
into their like years, yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely not the norm, for sure.
And football can be even harder because of like the toll it takes on your body. Like I think generally the old players are like kickers and quarterbacks, right? Because there are rules against tackling them a lot of times. Like I imagine it's tough to quit though. When
Yeah,
the
I'm
money's so good, right?
Yeah, well, I'm sure the money is definitely a driving factor in it. It'd be hard to argue with that, right? Like if you're making, millions a year, even if you're not like redefining the sport anymore, like it'd be hard to walk away from that. I'm sure. Yeah, you'd have to have like that smart big brain side hustle. Do-do-do. It's fine.
I usually feel like the people with the egos, like, sort of, like, torpedo their own careers regardless of whether they stay. I don't know.
Why is that not showing up? Oh, it is. There we go. It's like, that's weird. They're not. That flight's not showing up. Godspeed, buddy. We're likely to run into somebody in this than you are Star Citizen. It's pretty impressive.
Big true.
It's like, alright, there goes random airplane. Outside of, like, you know, major hubs like Port Olisar and shit like that. Like, out in the wild, though.
Yeah. I mean, like, think of how much shit has to line up for you to run into a person at
Yeah.
a random, like, outpost or something, right? Like both
Yeah,
of you
even at
have to-
outposts.
Yeah, like, both of you have to survive waking up in a bed, getting out of your fucking bedroom, right? The habitat or whatever, your hab, walking down 2 sets of stairs and not dying, riding a train and being able to get out of it when it gets to where you're going, like all of this shit, like, and then it's like, you know, not 30K'ing anywhere along the way, right?
Yeah.
Like, dude, so much shit has to line up for one of, like, or for 2 of 30 people in a fucking server to
Yeah.
run into each other.
Like, all the crazy odds you have to beat.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you call it? Like, turtle hatchings on the beach. You know, before,
Yeah.
like, people stood there and fucking babysat them like weirdos. Like, you know, they just get, like, eaten by fucking, like, seagulls and fucking
Yeah.
all this other fucking wildlife who were waiting for them once they got in the water. And then you're, like, the one lucky turtle that, like, makes it. That's Star Citizen. Nat Geo episode. Surviving from the hab to the vast void yonder. It's like, yeah, we did it. We made it. And then you 30K. So then it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, that's pretty true. Fucking.
Yeah,
whole-
absolutely.
Just
max.
one thing to destroy it. Be careful about making that comparison, though, because Chris Roberts would take that as a compliment that you're saying he's like Elon Musk.
My hero.
Oh god, imagine thinking that guy's your hero.
Imagine thinking you're anything like him.
Imagine thinking that somebody calling you Elon Musk is a compliment. Honestly, I mean, listen, I don't got the hate boner for him that a lot of people do, right? But like, I think like professionally, like he's done like a good job like building businesses and shit, and like he knows what he's talking about generally when he talks about like fucking science stuff, right? But god damn, dude, just like stop tweeting or something. Holy fuck.
I don't even look on Twitter, so.
He just
I'm
says like
pretty
a lot
ignorant.
of like really stupid shit, right?
Mm.
Like one time, like, you remember that those fucking kids that got stuck in that
Yeah,
cave?
the cave rescue was mainstream
Yeah, he
news.
called that
enough.
he called one of the guys leading the rescue a pedophile.
Yeah, I remember that.
It's like, what? Why? Why are you doing this, dude? God damn.
Oh, okay. Well, then Elon's pretty dope with me then. I want to retract my statement.
Oh god.
If Elon Musk can make cat girls happen, then all the other shit can be pushed aside.
Can't argue with that.
Then I can get rid of this girl that's just obsessed with cats and have the ultimate hybrid.
Everybody who goes to live on Mars will get their own special cat girl. You're like, yep, going
Sold.
to Mars.
Volunteering.
Moving to Mars.
What's the enlistment requirement?
Oh god. It'll be something that like you can't, like you'll never like fulfill the requirements. It'll be like must have hair.
Wow. Wow, dude. It's pretty discriminatory.
No ballies allowed.
It's fucked up. I have no idea how we're gonna play this stuff. Oh man, should be fun.
Honestly, I don't even see it. I've literally not seen anything on your screen other than the lights on like the dials and shit for like 40 minutes.
Yeah, it's because we're in the clouds. I mean, we could far out, are we? We'll probably bump us up out over the clouds. Yeah, over the way still. So I could easily descend. Let's do that real quick. Maybe? Did I do it wrong? Probably did it wrong.
Wait, what became president? We have a cat girl as president? I don't understand. Oh, baldy.
Yeah, fuck you. We're taking over.
Aren't these people bald by old age, though? Right? It's a little different. A little different. Just a tiny bit.
Oh man, god damn it.
Yeah. Yeah. There is a little delay. Sucks, man. it was a cat girl instead of a bald eagle. We need a cat girl as president to save us all, you know?
Yeah, we need that. Definitely.
That's something the whole country could unite behind, I think.
Yep. God, I wish.
Yeah, there's no fucking way.
They would definitely not unite behind that. There'd be so many people being like,
That's disgusting! Fucking weeb!
Build more cages!
Oh,
Cat
fuck,
girl
man.
lives matter too, guys.
Oh, shit. I wonder if it's because it's on MF and it's following the set flight plan. Fuck. Cruise out. Out. Execute. Fuck. Okay, evidently not, because he's going up. Alright, we're good. We're good, we fixed it. Alright, that'll get us up above the clouds. I would be able to just ascend if I had sticks plugged in. I could turn off autopilot, go up. But then the problem is if I turn on autopilot for the altitude hold, it would try to go back down to 18,500, which is what the flight plan was logged at. So I had to edit the flight plan to read 25,000. So now the autopilot goes, okay, we're low, so we need to start climbing. Which he should be doing, right, autopilot? Right, guy, buddy? So flight director's still on, that's good. Why do I need VNAV on? Fuck.
United 227, contact Denver Center on 133.4. 133.4 United 227.
Yeah, we should be back in the clouds.
Denver Center United 227.
At least then it'll be
flight
a
level 19 or
little
5.
prettier than just fucking.
United
crap.
227 Denver Center, continue as planned.
Every once in a while, when you stop like moving your camera around, right? I'll be like, "Is this stream frozen?" I have no idea. Why are you in the center?
I'm trying to fix it. I don't know why it moved me over. I don't think I hit anything, but oh, it's because of the what do you call it? Let's see. It's like damn, we're still under the clouds. Fuck. Why do you? Oh my god, that's fine. I feel like- There's a key to fucking like move that, and I don't remember what it is. I don't know how to do that, and I have it set to live weather, so it stays true to like whatever's going on outside, essentially. It's important to actually enable the setting once you set it. FYI, in case anybody didn't know. That's what I mean. Like super up in the fucking option. There's a lag! There we go. We'll come back to that in a little bit.
Oh my god, is there lane time?
Soon. Once I make sure that autopilot's
Oh
on.
my god.
It's like super easy to do this shit in the Airbus because like you just literally set it and it does whatever you tell it to do. But the Boeing's like such a fucking pain in the ass because it has like all these secondary switches and toggles, and it's just so much more complicated than the Airbus 320. Hey, Wazy, how's it going, man? No, that'd be cheating, Max. Come on. The whole point of this fucking game is that like you can do that shit with the live integration of like traffic and weather and everything. I think that's what makes it like interesting compared to like previous ones. Damn, it's gonna be like
Yeah,
United
2:07 on here.
227, contact Denver Center on 128.375.
No shortcuts for us.
128.375
Yeah.
United 227.
Suffer together.
Denver Center United 227, flight level 255.
United 227 Denver Center, continue as planned.
I'm sure, like if you're if you're trained on a Boeing, then 100%, right? But I obviously am not trained on a Boeing. Nobody spent $100,000 to train me on this shit, so it's a little more of feeling all that shit out.
Yeah, I agree. If you're trained on a Boeing, then you're gonna do better on a Boeing. Boing, boing.
I'm not playing SC because it's a fucking dumpster fire right now. Like, nothing works. Everything's fucked up. I mean, like, even Twerk or Salty Mike or whatever this morning was, like, ragging on how, like, literally everything is just fucking broken. Like, any of the fucking talking SC heads that are still saying, like, oh no, everything's great, they're, like, you're hardcore shilling. Because, like, everything is fucked up right now. Damn, 30,000? You going for 30? Just want to know what it takes to get out of these fucking clouds, man. Click. Mining's broken, commodity trading's broken, commodity selling, so like rock mining and all that is also frequently broken. Bounty hunting shit, I don't really care for combat anymore, so I don't know, but it's probably broken also. I've heard mixed things, who knows. The PTU patch is super fucking broken, so it's like, well, there's literally nothing to do on Star Citizen. That's fun. Like, just everything is fucked right now. It's alright, we're gonna get up a little one way or another. There we go. Finally. We should be good at 30. Well, you know, they didn't want people to say that they weren't good at anything, so they were like, hey, let's just break the whole fucking game, so then we can be like, look, we're good at that. Makes sense, right? Yeah, 3.12 is just a fucking terrible, terrible patch. What was that?
I was just gonna say, did you see apparently there's a Knights of the Old Republic game in development?
I did see that.
It was from some, like, no-name studio, apparently.
Yeah. We'll see.
Going to 125 decimal
Prepare to be
9
let down,
generic 3 Alpha
and
Lima.
then if it's good, you can be surprised.
Hey, Sam Lon, how's it going, man? Good evening. Hey, Thematic, how's it going? Yeah, I mean, I feel like, you know, EA's done enough. Let's go ahead and let them have a break from Star Wars, please. Please? I feel like it's worth it to see what somebody else can do with a Star Wars game for a while. Mix it up, get some variety, so everything's not just literally Battlefield. Sorry, Battlefront. Biggie difference. Like, even Squadrons just felt like fucking Battlefront fucking space battles light.
Yeah, it was just their space stuff, like,
Yeah,
in
like
its own game, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, that's essentially what it feels like. Like, yeah, the flight was a little bit different, but for the most part, it literally just felt like you were playing the fucking flight game. I'm doing pretty good, Sam. Just kind of hanging out and bullshitting with people while we fly from Michigan down to LAX to visit CIG Studios, you know? Thematic. Yeah, I mean, well, luckily we don't have to care anymore because what do you call it? EA doesn't have that license anymore, so we're finally free.
I think
Can't hold
like
us
it's pretty
back.
like I think it's pretty likely that we still see EA like putting out Star Wars games. It's just
Oh, for
nice that
sure.
like that it's not exclusive to them.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep. That's all I care about.
like if they want to pump out fucking Battlefront games at this point, because we're never getting the old Battlefronts again, right?
Mm.
If they want to pump those out and then fucking let like Respawn do some more fucking single player Star Wars games, like because apparently that game was really good, right? Then so be it. I thought I saw an article saying that EA like never wanted that that exclusivity
Oh, really?
or something. Yeah.
Wow, BlueStacks, this is all really great. Thanks a lot, fuckers. Could you stop? Fuck. Yeah, the OG fucking Battlefronts were really well done. Like that was something I spent so much time playing. And like like going from like 1 to 2, it felt like, oh man, they're really innovating, they're coming up with new stuff, and it feels like really good. And then 3, they start like teasing shit that could be coming with that, and you're like, oh, this is even better. Oh, what did I have it linked to? Fuck. Twitter? I don't remember anymore. Fuck. Yeah, exactly. Like you would expect when EA takes over, Max, that like they're going to continue innovating, like, and not just basically doing like, oh look, we added modern graphics to it and cut features too. You're welcome. Like what? That's the exact opposite of what people are expecting from you, man.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what I believe, but like apparently at least the current leaders inherited like a licensing deal that they never wanted with the shit. Um, which I'm sure like involved like, hey, put out this many games and shit like that, right? Like that, like I'm guessing that they were like forced to do at least the Battlefront games, right?
Mm-hmm.
Through some licensing, through some contract shit, and then like we've all heard of like potential Star Wars games that never got like any light shown to them, right? Like that were canceled and shit. So like, I wonder how much shit EA tried to do, and then they just were like, nope, that's not what we want in Star Wars games from like whoever owns it. Was it Disney or whoever?
Yep.
It's like I wonder if like as much as EA might have wanted to milk it, right? They were also trying to make like decent games or something, or games their way, even if they weren't even good. And it was just like a back and forth of like, we want it this way, no, but like this is how we make games, and it's just evolved into like something that neither side wanted anymore, but it was already a contract.
Plane. That's 2. Eat your heart out, Star Citizen. Two that I can see at least. Probably a bunch others that I just didn't see.
Yeah, but weren't the Battlefield games like lined up with movie releases? Like I'm guessing that those were like set in stone, like like way ahead of time, right? Like these games will be released with this movie, and if you don't do that, like you're in a lot of fucking trouble, right? Like kind of shit. I can't imagine that EA wants anybody making that decision for them other than like literally just their shareholders, right? Or whatever, right? Like they want the leaders of their company making that decision, not a contract that they made with an outside company.
Nice. Gucci. See how bad this lags without enabling the virtualization tech shit. Oh, I have until the 10th of February. Totally gonna not get Latorio. Nice. I wouldn't even mind like them putting MTX into a single player game if like they did it in like an intelligent fashion where like it doesn't cut the player base into like smaller chunks, right? Like that's my or not single player. I'm thinking of squadrons. Yeah, I guess with like the Fallen Order one, that's probably pretty limited. I mean, they did it with what do you call it though? The one where you play the edgy fucking shitlord dude. Fuck.
Edgy shitlord. I feel like you're gonna say it. I'm gonna know exactly what you meant, but
Yeah. Fuck. Oh my god, what was that? Force Unleashed. I fucking hate the actor. The actor in that one that like you play as. I can't fucking stand him. Like his character in what was it, Battlestar Galactica was like the fucking worst. Every show that he's ever been in, he's just intolerably fucking a giant cunt.
I don't know.
How do you not know, man? What the fuck?
I never played the.
Have you watched Battlestar Galactica?
Yeah, but I don't know. Like, all right, which of the 22 cunts from that is the guy that played this?
Just
like,
look at Force Unleashed. You're the main fucking character. It's him.
All right,
just look at the box art.
Star Killer.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. See?
Yeah, you're right.
Like he's always a B actor that like always guest stars on like every other show that he's on. But he's such a fucking terrible fucking character or act. I don't know if it's like the characters he picks or if it's him as an actor, but like I can't fucking stand that guy. Everything I've ever seen him in, I'm like, I hate you. I can't wait for your character to die. Thank God you're a fucking side character because you're gonna die and you're gonna be gone and I won't have to put up with you for long.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
What's wrong with shaved heads, Thematic, huh? No, don't minimize it. You're actually fucking close.
Wait, that guy always has a shaved head?
I've only ever seen him with a shaved head. Yeah.
I don't feel like I remember him that way.
United 227, contact Denver Center on 125.35.
Going to 125.35 United 227. Denver Center United 227 flight level 305.
United 227, Denver Center, continue as planned.
Just his face, man. Oh yeah, he was the little bitch in the mist that gets fucking shanked. I forgot about that.
I always
Holy
like
shit.
I try to like block that movie out. The end of that movie is like so fucked.
Yeah. Oh god, he plays Maul in like everything right now. That's terrible. He's just latched onto the Star Wars universe. Holy fuck. Pass. Yeah, dude, you know, like, I'm all for people having religious freedom, and I don't really care what you believe in, and this, that, the other thing, right? But, like, every time I watch The Mist, and that bitch goes fucking psycho crazy religious, and, like, she just turns into a giant cunt, and, like, radicalizes everybody in the fucking grocery store, I'm like, I hate religion. Like, that movie, every time I watch it, will put me in such an aggressive, anti-religious mood for, like, a month.
I mean, I hate religion either way. But I mean, people can do what they want. But yeah, I hate religion either way. It just feels like way too much like just a form of control, and that's it, right?
God, this fucking cloud coverage.
I think most people that practice religion don't negatively affect me, right?
Yeah, no.
But I just don't care.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not religious at all, but I'm, like, tolerant of it, right? Like, if you want to believe in something and, you know, it doesn't, as long as it doesn't affect me, right? Like, you're not going to get all, like, preachy with it or try to, like, force me to live by your standards that you have because of your religion. I don't, like, that doesn't bother me at all, right?
I just like I don't believe in anything unless it's proven, right? Like I don't do this whole like fake shit, you know.
I think it's because I've never been over here before, Max, so like it's streaming in the environment. Like the West Coast isn't something that I already have pre-downloaded. So this might actually get a little bit choppy with the frame rate. Hopefully it doesn't get too bad. I'll try and stay first person as much as possible and we'll see how that goes. I actually need to start getting ready to descend here. So, let's see. Let's drop it down to 18. Hopefully it's under the clouds, we'll see. Oh my god, I can never remember how to set this shit. I think that should be fine, yeah. As long as LNAV stays on. Although I want approach mode on at some point too. Fuck. Just don't. There was like a step to enabling approach, and I don't remember what it was. Like I don't think it's just the button press. We'll find out once we reach the decel. If it crashes and burns, then you know what? Whatever. How'd it go? Are you super buff now? Honk honk. That doesn't bother me. Oh, that feels nice. Yeah, good cold hands. Yeah, if you could work it in there a little more. Some tight muscles. Oh yeah. Yep. You know, you're just putting your hand there and not moving it. That's not how it works. There you go. Oh, you can't? I'll remember to say that when you ask me to rub your back. What do you mean? I can't. I don't. What? Do I just plop them on you? Like a dead fish?
But
Plop.
the culprit.
See, this is why I keep you around. I mean, I love you.
No.
Gotcha. He's fine. He's gonna come right back in 10 seconds when he realizes you're not following him to give him food. Oh, I got you. Ah! Bad. Yeah, you see pretty much everything. Unfortunately, I have it set to live weather, live traffic, whatever. So, let's see, it's 5:24 here, so it puts it what 3 a.m. over there, right? So it's very dark in LA right now, I'm assuming. Yeah, you'll definitely see the town lights itself though. I just don't think we're that close yet. I think we're still 500 miles out. So I don't know what we would be over. Would that be Nevada? Maybe. I really like. Every time I try to use this to figure out where I'm at without seeing the state lines, I'm like, nope. No clue. Couldn't tell ya. That's gotta be... Let's see if I can get... Alright, let's see easy. No, Colorado still. Yeah, I never fly. I've never, like, in real life flown anywhere on the West Coast. So, like, none of the airport codes mean anything to me other than LAX because that one's, like, obvious. Oh, man, I wish this would zoom out a little bit more. Go visit Florida, man. Let me see if I can get it down under the clouds. I don't know what height the cloud coverage is. Oh, fuck it. Ugh. Keep dropping, you little fuck. Okay, there it goes. I guess it just takes a minute to act. Just to get underneath the clouds so you can see, like, city and shit. It's not like I'm in a hurry to get there, so I'm not worried about it. This has basically just been me testing to see if my computer would die, like fuck up again. Oh, hello, mountains. This is probably not a good spot to try to get down under the clouds, actually. Rethinking that and all. Go ahead and get back up, just in case. We'll dip down a little bit. Especially at night, you just not see it. It'll be like boop, mountain face. Yeah, I have no idea. I'm totally ignorant on flying over, and I don't know how this reads either. Like, I'm assuming it's just the sea level altitude, right, and not like actual ground level. So I have no idea how high we should safely be. So let's just go ahead and climb right back up. We'll dip down once, like, I'm assuming we're over, like, the Rockies and shit. Let's see, we're at 3:30. I'm trying to remember what time we actually left. So estimated flight time was... what? Fucking... 3 hours 40 minutes, something like that. We're a little past 2/3 of the way. Get up and then speed this bitch up a little.
United 227, contact Denver Center on 118.575.
118.575 United 227.
So we now
Denver Center United 227 flight level 220.
United 227, Denver Center, continue as planned.
I'm going to bed, bud. I'm falling asleep.
Night, honey.
It's sleepy time. Night, bud. Bye, street. Friends I love. None of you bye.
Wow, what a dick. Oh no, did it freeze? I broke it. No. I tinkered too much. Come on, Flight Sim. You can do it. Catch up. Pull out. Pull out. Oh, this is a very depressing turn. So close, and yet so far. It's starting to feel a lot like Star Citizen. You almost make it to the payoff and then whomp. Let's see. No. Oh man, this is big dead. Big sad. It's unfortunate they don't have like an auto save for your flight like route. That way if shit like this happens you just alt F4 and pop back in. At least at some point. Alright, let's close that and hook up the HOTAS so I can actually fly. What are you looking at, kitty? Just because I get out of the chair doesn't mean I'm going to get you food. You greedy little pig. Fucking God. Kill me. Why? Oh, fuck. Alrighty. Well, that's unfortunate. Makes me very, very sad. Oh, fuck. Okay. Well, I'm gonna take this moment to unplug and replug some stuff and change something in the BIOS really quick. I will be right back. Probably like, let's call it 20 minutes tops. So I will see you guys shortly. Allegedly. Hopefully.